hit the record button. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we are back with the Root Warzone. We do have more players who are fighting for their survival in the losers match. What?
No, Kiwikaki just messaged me. He said, "Hey, dude, it's Soki."
So we do have Blur as the blue Terran at the 12 o'clock position. At 9 o'clock, we have Root Slush as the red Zerg.
Second.
So this is part of the Root Warzone. You should visit Root Gaming at root-gaming.com. Just by visiting the website and getting traffic on the website, it will help us out as we try and find sponsors. Sponsors do like to see that you have traffic on your website. You should go visit DreamHost as well, as they not only host our website, but they are sponsoring this tournament, which is a very, very great by them, putting up a lot of money and putting it up for the StarCraft 2 community in this great tournament. So you should support DreamHost if you need a website in the near future. They've been very great to us so far, so definitely check them out if you need any web hosting needs in the upcoming months, weeks, etc., etc. But right now we just see pretty normal openings from Blur and Slush. No 6 pool. Slush dropping the gas before his pool, so he is going to be starting with the Speedlings. The gas started quite a ways earlier than you normally see, so this might actually even be a Baneling bust.
The worst possible spots to spawn Zerg versus Terran on this map.
Yeah.
Zerg Terran on this map is so...
Yeah, but did you see how early that gas was? I would not be surprised if Slush is just going for a Baneling bust in these positions.
I didn't know how early it was, but I can see he doesn't have that many drones. So, yeah, that might just be what he's going for. On these positions, I like to open one base Muta. There's just not that many things that you can do against Terran without setting yourself behind on this map as Zerg, and you know, many of the better Terrans will agree with me, even about their own race. But Zerg is underpowered or anything like that. If anything, I feel like Zerg is really strong against Terran right now. But these positions on this map, it's incredibly hard for Zerg.
Yeah, so he does have 150 gas. He has not started that speed upgrade yet or dropped a Baneling nest. So I'm not sure. Is he going straight to Muta?
He's going for a hatchery now, which might just be a decoy. He might cancel it. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, without the speed upgrade, you won't really see an effective Baneling bust, because you really do need those speedlings running in the gap once the wall is open to really kill your opponent. The Banelings aren't going to do the damage that makes him GG.
So much gas he's getting right now. I've never seen this build by Slush. It's a Roach Warren now. Super strange build. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah. He does catch those Marines outside of Blur's base, though. That's pretty good for him.
Yeah, I just don't know what he plans on using all this gas for, because he got that geyser so quickly. And then he didn't get the speed, and he didn't...
Gearing up to make roaches non-stop, and he's probably gonna stop making drones, stop making everything, and just make a lot of roaches, and that might be where he saved so much gas.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to say at this point. It's crazy, but Blur's getting a second factory and switching the first one to the reactor, so this might just work.
Yeah, he's going for Hellions at the moment, and roaches do really well versus Hellions with that extra range that they got in the most recent patch. There's a lair on the way for Slush, and the Queen is just walking back and forth, alternating, throwing down some injections, and then it does actually put down a creep tumor at the natural. So first several roaches are on the field right as that Hellion pokes in the front. He's going to have to just run the hell away. There are some drones on the way, and like you said, I wouldn't be too surprised if Slush just cuts everything and just makes a ton of roaches from here on out.
He is getting second gas though. This is just a really strange build by Slush, and I don't know what it beats. I know that if Blur had Marauders right now, he wouldn't be doing much, But it's a really strange build by Slush, and Slush is such a smart player that I just can't wait to see where this is headed.
Yes.
Blur staying on one base cannot be good for Slush by any count.
Speed and ventral sacs upgrading at the same time for Slush, and that consists for a lot of that gas right there. 300 gas. A lot of the other gas is going directly into producing roaches. Still making a lot of drones, but if you look back into Blur's base, he's starting to make siege tanks. So the timing on this is going to be very, very narrow. If he gets any reasonable number of siege tanks out onto the field, it's going to be very, very difficult for Slush to really do anything with these roaches. Because versus the small number of roaches, unsiege tanks will tear them apart.
You can see this map is clearly playing in Slush's head right now, though. He's kind of taking a gamble. I think that's what he's doing. He's betting that Blur will go for a drop on his cliff, and then he will be prepared for that, and Blur won't have that much because he will have had to make a starport early on. But instead, Blur's making a lot of units off of one base, which is basically, I feel like, is the best counter to what Slush is doing.
Yeah. So Slush is trying to blindly counter the Thor or tank drop, and Blur is just making a lot of units. It's putting Slush into a tough position, as he really doesn't even have a whole lot of roaches. A bunch more just popped, but he needs a lot more than that to beat this army. Siege mode is done. He does not even have Zergling speed. This is looking really bad for him. There's Baneling Nest on the way. Overseer's flying into his base. He sees the double factory, both with tech labs, and he's like, oops. More roaches are being produced by Slush. He's trying to delay for as long as possible to get a ton of roaches out. If he can snipe these tanks...
Stopping this is with drops on the tanks of those roaches. But I think he's at a mental block right now. I feel like if he does that, he might stand a decent chance. Not anymore. There's 5 tanks now.
Yeah, too many tanks. He really wanted to try and take out some of those early tanks to prevent...
there we go. He drops.
Okay, so is he going to be able to do it? The Marines are pushing forward. They're out of position. They're not near the tanks. So he will be able to drop directly on top of them. One Overlord goes down without unloading anything, though. So he did lose a lot of units, and he only takes out 2 tanks and none of the Marines. So there's the GG from Slush.
Ooh, and Slush's tournament. First round, he lost against the fantastic Pain User. So, really unexpected result again here. Blur taking down Slush. But, again, definitely the map playing in Slush's head here, it seems.
Yeah, you can see that.
Have the TLOs in the match earlier.
Yeah.
So, GG, and Slush is going to be out of the Root Gaming Warzone.
Yeah, so visit Root at root-gaming.com. And support DreamHost, as they're the ones putting up the prize for this tournament.